Welcome back. This is Yeager with No Personal Finance, bringing you the second in a series of 7 videos called Rehabbing Your Finances. Today, we're talking about building an emergency fund. Like the last video, which was on budgeting, we're not giving practical advice. Rather, we're going to talk about the feelings that's associated with saving in general and just building an emergency fund. An emergency fund is a savings account that contains at least 6 months worth of expenses. So like rent, electric, gas, all those, everything that you normally pay that's mandatory, it'll contain that. And you have this in case something unexpected happens, like needing surgery all of a sudden. So before we start, I do want to note one thing. So I'm going against what I said earlier about practical advice. For an emergency fund, you should aim to save at least 10% of your take-home income. So even if you make $100 a month, you should be saving $10 of that every month. It really adds up in the end. So again, last time we talked about budgeting, and the main theme of it was how budgeting is just painful. Building an emergency fund is too, but in its own way, because it's sacrifice, it's self-deprivation. We're giving up part of our income even though we don't need to, at least right now. So for people who have a low income, saving any amount is difficult since you're living day to day. And if you have kids, it's even more difficult. But because you're saving 10% of your income instead of a fixed amount, it should be doable. And if it's not, I suggest starting with a lower percentage, like 5%, just to start. What counts though, in the end, is just how regular you do it. If you do it every month, as opposed to, putting in a large amount each month. It's just like with budgeting, how we said it was similar to, it's starting a habit, like going to the gym. What matters is that you go once a day or a couple of days a week, and not how hard you go when you go to the gym. So while it's painful to start saving for an emergency fund, in the end, you'll feel safe because you're prepared for unexpected expenses like surgery or your house catching on fire. And safety, in my opinion, is one of the most important feelings you can feel in life. And it applies to like every aspect of life, whether it be, relationships, physical health, or otherwise. It's just important for us. It's like a basic thing we need in order to do anything else. It generates trust, And money is no different. Safety in terms of money just means comfort, the ability to trust that things will work out, not having a hard time going to sleep at night because you're worried about something happening and not being able to pay for it. As we said earlier, building an emergency fund starts with pain in the form of self-deprivation, but it ends in a feeling of safety, which is extremely important in life in general. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe, or check out our website to learn more about what we do, who we are. And thank you. This is Yeager from No Personal Finance. See ya.